Leviticus Chapter 16. Yahweh spoke to Moshe after the death of the two sons of Aharon, when they drew near before Yahweh and died. And Yahweh said to Moshe,
Tell Aharon your brother not to come at any time into the Qodesh Place inside the veil, before the mercy seat that is on the ark, so that he may not die. For I will appear in the cloud over the mercy seat. But in this way Aharon shall come into the Qodesh Place, with a bull from the herd for a sin offering, and a ram for a burnt offering. He shall put on the Qodesh linen coat, and shall have the linen undergarment on his body, and he shall tie the linen sash around his waist, and wear the linen turban. These are the Qodesh garments. He shall bathe his body in water, and then put them on. And he shall take from the congregation of the people of Yisra'el 2 male goats for a sin offering, and 1 ram for a burnt offering. Aharon shall offer the bull as a sin offering for himself, and shall make atonement for himself and for his house. Then he shall take the 2 goats and set them before Yahweh at the entrance of the tent of meeting. And Aharon shall cast lots over the 2 goats, 1 lot for Yahweh, and the other lot for Azazel. And Aharon shall present the goat on which the lot fell for Yahweh, and use it as a sin offering. But the goat on which the lot fell for Azazel shall be presented alive before Yahweh to make atonement over it, that it may be sent away into the wilderness to Azazel. Aharon shall present the bull as a sin offering for himself, and shall make atonement for himself and for his house. He shall kill the bull as a sin offering for himself, and he shall take a censer full of coals of fire from the altar before Yahweh, and 2 handfuls of sweet incense, beaten small, and he shall bring it inside the veil, and put the incense on the fire before Yahweh, that the cloud of the incense may cover the mercy seat that is over the testimony, so that he does not die. And he shall take some of the blood of the bull, and sprinkle it with his finger on the front of the mercy seat on the east side. And in front of the mercy seat he shall sprinkle some of the blood with his finger 7 times. Then he shall kill the goat of the sin offering that is for the people, and bring its blood inside the veil, and do with its blood as he did with the blood of the bull, sprinkling it over the mercy seat and in front of the mercy seat. Thus he shall make atonement for the Qodesh Place, because of the uncleanness of the people of Yisra'el, and because of their transgressions, all their sins. And so shall he do for the tent of meeting, which dwells with them in the midst of their uncleanness. No one may be in the tent of meeting from the time he enters to make atonement in the Qodesh Place, until he comes out and has made atonement for himself, and for his house, and for all the assembly of Yisrael. Then he shall go out to the altar that is before Yahweh, and make atonement for it, and shall take some of the blood of the bull, and some of the blood of the goat, and put it on the horns of the altar all around. And he shall sprinkle some of the blood on it with his finger 7 times, and cleanse it and consecrate it from the uncleanness of the people of Yisrael. And when he has made an end of atoning for the Qodesh Place, and the tent of meeting, and the altar, he shall present the live goat. And Aharon shall lay both his hands on the head of the live goat, and confess over it all the iniquities of the people of Yisrael, and all their transgressions, all their sins. And he shall put them on the head of the goat, and send it away into the wilderness by the hand of a man who is in readiness. The goat shall bear all their iniquities on itself to a remote area, and he shall let the goat go free in the wilderness. Then Aharon shall come into the tent of meeting, and shall take off the linen garments that he put on where he went into the Qodesh Place, and shall leave them there. And he shall bathe his body in water in a Qodesh Place, and put on his garments, and come out and offer his burnt offering, and the burnt offering of the people, and make atonement for himself and for the people. And the fat of the sin offering he shall burn on the altar. And he who lets the goat go to Azazel shall wash his clothes and bathe his body in water, and afterward he may come into the camp. and the bull for the sin offering, and the goat for the sin offering, whose blood was brought in to make atonement in the Qodesh Place, shall be carried outside the camp. Their skin and their flesh and their dung shall be burned up with fire, and he who burns them shall wash his clothes and bathe his body in water, and afterward he may come into the camp. And it shall be a statute to you forever, that in the 7th month, on the 10th day of the month, you shall afflict yourselves and shall do no work, either the native or the stranger who sojourns among you. For on this day shall atonement be made for you, to cleanse you. You shall be clean before Yahweh from all your sins. It is a Sabbath of solemn rest to you, and you shall afflict yourselves. It is a statute forever. And the Cohen who is anointed and consecrated as Cohen in his father's place shall make atonement, wearing the Qodesh linen garments. He shall make atonement for the Qodesh sanctuary, and he shall make atonement for the tent of meeting and for the altar, and he shall make atonement for the Kohanim, and for all the people of the assembly. And this shall be a statute forever for you, that atonement may be made for the people of Yisra'el once in the year, because of all their sins.
And Aharon did as Yahweh commanded Moshe. Amen.